Alright, so here is a System 3 MPU that's been converted over to a System 4. Um, it's it had all the mods and everything, so as far as sockets had been replaced. They all come with ScanB sockets here on this System 3. So all that had been modified, and also the power header had been swapped out at one point, which we had some jumper wires ran from the backside to the top. And this thing threw me for a loop. Oh my goodness. Issue is that the game would not enter into diagnostics. It would, however, play a full 4-player game correctly. Everything was working. It just would not enter into diagnostics. I had verified the ROMs, made sure all those were good, checksums came back correct. Swapped in a known working 6800, verified the PIA, verified all the memory, everything here on the board, and just could not get this thing to go. We did have a 74F08. I've never seen that chip before. It probably works just the same as a 7408. I went ahead and swapped it for safe measure since it was already socketed. Somebody had replaced it at one point. And here we had let's see if I've still got it on my bench here. That one we also had a strange chip in there. It was not a 7402 like it's supposed to be. And I do not have that chip. So I went ahead and swapped that out for a 7402 as well. And what I did here with the power input, which obviously you can't see, the 12 volt was missing the through hole, which in return they had jumpered it over to the next connection point. What I had done is I had actually installed a rivet there for the 12 volts, and so I was able to remove the jumper there on the back. We installed a new filter capacitor, and here the 10K ohm resistor, what I was wanting to do is actually pull the resistor to ohm it out. And so whenever I had removed the solder glob that was on top, this 10K resistor was actually broken in half. Which I was like, oh yeah, we solved the problem. Nope, was not the issue. What the issue boiled down to was actually a faulty IC14. Even though it would verify the checksums, it would credit up, it would play a whole 4-player game, it was somehow corrupted in a way to where it would not enter into diagnostics. So with burning a whole new, IC14, which is a 2716, we are now up and running. As far as the driver board, we went ahead and replaced the original 40-pin female interconnect. We installed a blinking LED and swapped out all of the 0.156 headers, which there are 12 in total here on the driver board, as well as the filter capacitor. And I also installed 0 ohm resistors here for the switch matrix, just in case if this is ever put into a System 7, it's good to go. But I'll go ahead and get this thing booted up. And I do have NVRAM here on the board, which I also have available if anybody is wanting to purchase those. I have 5101, 6116, and 6264. But anyways, we've got high score to date and last game played, which is none. And then our basic little attract mode that we have here for System 3. And the only coil that is locked on is the coin lockout, because I do not have this set up to free play because System 3 did not allow for free play. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and enter into diagnostics, and the way that you do that is by pressing switch 1. You'll get the 2 blinks here on the MPU, and then on the coin door, we're going to go ahead and press advance, and then auto up to go ahead and cycle through the displays. So those will cycle 0 through 9, and that strobing is just from my overhead light here. And as you can see, all the displays are working correctly. And then moving into all lamps, and those are all working. And into the solenoids, or if I can get my button to register. Fourth time's the charm. I need to resolder that connection. I had extended the legs on it to fit into a System 7 board, and just the flexing over time has kind of made those solder joints pretty weak. And there are the special solenoids. So those were all computer controlled, and they are also switch controlled as well. And those are all working. And we'll watch this go back through and pulse the coil 16. And there it is. And moving into the next test, which is going to be switch test. And we're in a Phoenix. So the last switch in Phoenix is going to be switch 48. So we're going to go through the switch matrix, testing both rows and columns, and again the last switch there is switch 48. So we are 100% good to go. And forget that you got to reboot or power cycle these earlier Williams systems to get out of diagnostics. But there we are, and I will go ahead and verify again that we are entering into diagnostics every time now. So thank you so much for sending it.